Hi, my name is Isabella Larios.
My name is Matthew Perez.
Omar George.
My name's Chaz.
We go by the name of
Los Chavos of South Bay.
I have a floral business called Florals by Bella.
My business name is Hills Auto Aesthetics.
my name is Matthew Perez.
Hi, my name is Omar George.
So we're actually a grupo. We go by the name of
Los Chavos of South Bay.
we actually go play a lot of gigs at parties and private parties and like kind of like small shows like that. We're mainly like a regional Mexican type of music, Hispanic music type of group. I am mainly the drummer and the sound tech, and I help set up like all of our speakers and lights and everything.
Yeah. So my role in the grupo is also I do saying transport, and then every here and there I'm learning a little bit of sound.
I feel like this last Thursday was our most memorable performance because we actually got to perform on like a little stage, and it was really cool because it was the first time where I feel like we all felt like we were just locked in together as a band because we are like a fairly new band.
Does your heritage or hometown influence your sound or aesthetic, and how?
Yes, it does. I feel like it's literally the biggest part of who we are as a group because our music is like very Hispanic, mainly Mexican-based music. So I feel like us as a group, because we all are have Mexican heritage, so it is like the most important part.
How do you guys balance being a student and a musician at the same time?
So we balance that by we try to multitask. We try to we try our best to dedicate some time to certain things. Try to focus a lot on school.
I feel like it's very like split up because him and our grupo singer manage the gigs most of the time. However, I manage the money parts, so it's like a very like even split in our group.
We all play a big group and a role inside of our grupo. It like helps us stay connected to each other.
Hi, my name is Isabella Larios, and I have a floral business called Florals by Bella.
How many hours a week do you spend on your floral business?
The hours I spend per week really depend on how busy it is that season. I feel what a lot of people misunderstand about floral businesses is how it varies from busy to not busy. So I would say on average, I probably spend anywhere from around 1 hour every day after school to almost 3 hours sometimes. So it could really be from 1 to 20 hours a week.
What has been your busiest season so far?
My busiest season so far has been Mother's Day, which was this past weekend. It was one of my first big holidays, so it was a lot for me not only to prepare for, but to actually do. But I would say so far that's been my busiest season.
How do you balance being a student and a business owner?
How I balance being a student and a business owner really just kind of depends on how busy I am that week in school and in my business. But I think my key thing to maintaining a good balance is just to prioritize what needs to be done first. So I a lot of the times take up my school time to actually do a lot of my work so I don't have to go home and continue to do more assignments. But when I get home, it's kind of my safe space and kind of my detachment from school to then work on my flowers and get those done. What made me want to start doing bouquets it's kind of silly, but I was on TikTok a lot and I would see a lot of the times how they would make them. It actually started off with the eternal roses, which are made out of ribbon, and I really got intrigued on seeing how those were made with the petals and how they worked. So it just kind of intrigued me to then start doing that. And my first bouquet that I made was for a friend for their senior night, which I had a lot of fun making. And then so forth after that, I started making them for my cousins. And then it was my first time working with real flowers, which kind of stuck with me. So I do both eternal, which are the ribbon roses, and real roses. And so now that kind of just encourages me to keep on going with my business. My favorite part about my business is how I can be creative as well, and kind of just it gives me a peace of mind when I have nothing to do as well, because even if I don't have any orders, seeing things that I could do or trying new flowers to make out of the ribbon roses keeps me busy, and it kind of keeps me happy too. In this business, the thing that I'm most thankful for is the opportunities that it has brought me, and hopefully that it will continue to bring me. Just in terms of, now I can see the business aspect of a lot of things, working with social media and all of that. It kind of just has brought me more people as well in my life that are now like loyal customers or people that I haven't talked to before, which I think is one of the biggest things that I'm thankful for. Majority of my clients come from social media and a lot of word of mouth marketing. Um, Majority of the times I'll post on not only my floral account but on my main page where I have more followers than I do on my floral account. So a lot of people become known of my business and could either tell their friends or repost to their followers, which a lot of my friends and family do, which kind of brings me in my clientele.
Does anybody else help you with your business?
A lot of people do help me with my business, physically and mentally. So mentally, a lot of the times it's my friends, and sometimes even physically when they're helping me when I have an order due, and I need extra hands on deck, and including my parents with helping me get supplies. Because a lot of times I do have to go into farther areas like downtown LA, which majority of the times my mom or my dad comes with me. And shout out to my mom for giving me a good area and space to work in because she cleared up our garage for that to be my new workspace.
Okay, what's your name?
My name's Chaz.
And what business do you run?
My business name is Hills Auto Aesthetics, and I'm a detailer. My favorite part about the job is seeing the customers' reactions after their car's all cleaned. It really makes my day seeing that they enjoy the work that I did, and it didn't just go for no reason. The hardest part about running my own business is probably my schedule. I deal with school, I wholesale, and then I also detail, so I need a little bit more time, if anything, to be able to accommodate all the customers. So if I could have someone else detailing for me while I find the customers, that would be a lot easier. But other than that, it's pretty easy being able to manage my social media and marketing and everything, and detail at the same time. I started detailing because I needed some extra money, and I just decided that since I like cars, I could start a business, so I started detailing. A lesson I've learned from this business is probably putting your customers first. When you don't have that connection, personal connection with your customer, they could just go to anyone else. But when they know that you're trustworthy and that you're their friend, basically, it keeps them coming back and keeps them coming back and keeps them coming back. So the competition just won't even be a factor in their minds. So once you have that connection, they're solidified. I would say my profit margins are around 90%, but there's a lot of time that goes into detailing. So it might not be worth it for some people, but if you want to put the work in, then the money is definitely there. I've been detailing for 2 years, going on 3. I started in the summer of going into my junior year, so I built up a lot of experience throughout high school. I don't think having the business impacted my grades personally, just because it gave me the opportunity to improve my scheduling. So in college, I know it's a lot more independent and teachers aren't really going to be breathing down your necks, but I feel like having the business allowed me to be able to set time aside for studying or homework or whatever, and then also being able to fit in as many clients as I can during the week. I acquired most of my customers through my business cards that I pass out around the school. I put it on cars that I like because I know they like to take care of their cars, and so I won't just leave it on any minivan or whatever. I'll put it on nice cars, usually enthusiast cars that are modified. So I found a few customers through that, and then family members, I get the word around through group chats, and I tell my family members to tell all their friends. And yeah, just make sure you're not being quiet about your business. You have to make sure you're putting yourself out there so that you get those customers. I would say if you want to start up a business, make sure that your parents are on board, and then also make sure that you can handle managing your time and you're ready to work harder than everyone around you and sacrifice some time with friends. And other than that, it's gonna be rewarding if you're making good money, but make sure you're finding that balance where you're spending time with family, friends, and you're still having enough money to do whatever you want to do with your money. And invest your money. Don't just be dumb and spend it on food everywhere. Yeah.